How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome. We'll give it a couple of minutes to let everybody come in. For those of you who don't know me, I am Gaven Sariel, and I am the founder and CEO of Arc Crypto. And we've been teaching crypto for over 5 years now, 5.5 years. It's been a long 5.5 years, I'll tell you that. It's been a long 5.5 years. I'm in Denver right now. I just got in Denver from New York City. I was filming some content out in New York. And then before that, I don't know if any of you know who Billy Carson is, but I was at his award show. And I got nominated as Entrepreneur of the Year, and it was a lot of fun, but I am ready to go home. Where are all you from? Start typing in the chat. I want to see where the audience is from while we're waiting here. I usually give it about 3 minutes. Maryland, USA, nice. Maryland's beautiful. Melbourne, Australia. Oh, cool. I have a few students out there. Philadelphia, Illinois, El Paso, Texas, Querétaro, Mexico. Let's see here. Born and raised New Yorker. Awesome. Now Georgia. Very, very cool. Monterrey. I love Monterrey. Guys, gals, I'm not going to take any questions until the end. And you can actually, Jeanette, Newport Beach. I know Jeanette from Newport Beach. How's it going? Born in Denver. Cool. Phoenix. I love Denver. I used to live in Denver. I'm kind of closing some storage down here. That's kind of why I flew out here. Anthony, of course, is from Los Angeles. I'll answer questions at the end, everybody. And if you take a look at the bottom of Zoom, you'll see where it says Q&A. Go ahead and drop your questions in there. If you have comments and stuff, keep it to the chat, but you can actually drop questions in the Q&A and I will see it. Long Beach, nice. Beverly Hills, excuse me, Nick. Very luxury over there. Orlando, Florida, very cool, very cool. I was born in Miami. ATX, where's ATX? I don't know where ATX is. Let's see here. Austin, okay. Austin, Texas, okay. I don't know the slang, the Texas slang over there, but I actually always fly in through Texas because I live in Panama, so it's like really easy to get there. Durham, North Carolina, Portsmouth, Virginia, James, North Carolina. I have so many students from North Carolina. I gotta go. How is North Carolina? Let me know. Do you guys like it there? Is it cool? Is there nice people, not too many homeless people, or even the homeless people, are they clean? I lived in Denver and there's too many homeless people here. It just got out of control, but it looks like the new mayor is kind of cleaning it up. Asheville, North Carolina is beautiful. Okay, I got to go to Asheville. That's Baron. What's up, Baron? Awesome. Cool. Well, let's get this party started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Where is my, wait, hold on. So again, for those of you who didn't hear or get here, my name is Gaven Sariel. I am the founder and CEO of AR Crypto. And AR Crypto is a company that teaches people decentralized finance, how to invest in cryptocurrencies, the latest and greatest when it comes to crypto. And, I'm definitely not going to lie. The last year has definitely been a rough one, and it's not for the faint-hearted. However, I saw it as an opportunity for us to grow. I saw it as an opportunity to really stack some crypto and turn, this craziness of crypto and these downward spirals, violent downward spirals, into into an opportunity where we're actually starting to make money again. And last year again was a very, very hard year for anybody who was in crypto. And if anybody says differently, in my opinion, they're probably not being truthful to you. But you know, we've been around so long, we've seen so many ups and downs that I'm really grateful for, because it's made me and a lot of my students a lot of more savvy when it comes to investing and making money in crypto. And so today we're going to give you a little taste as to what I'm doing right now to prepare myself for the next bull run. And for those of you who don't know what a bull run is when the market starts going up and to the right for a sustained amount of time. Right now, we're in a bear market, which means the market is going down for a sustained amount of time. And, you know, this is usually the time where, you know, millionaires, and if not millionaires, billionaires are made. The thing is, though, and this is really, really key. And if you've got like notes with you, I would really recommend writing some of this stuff down. This is when you make the most amount of money. This is when you make the most amount of money, because when I first got into crypto, I made lots of money in the market in 2017. And then I gave a lot of it back in 2018 and 2019, because I didn't understand that probably the best time to be accumulating was 2018 and 2019. And I wasn't going to make that mistake again. And as much as it hurt this time around to keep investing and keep dollar cost averaging, which means I'm bringing in a certain amount of money come hell or high water. I'm just investing and investing and investing consciously with education. Okay. I'm not just buying Pepe, all right, or Sheeb. I'm actually going in and finding the cryptocurrencies that have the real technology. But I am going in methodically every single week or every single month, going in and investing over and over and over again. And so I'm going to share with you today a strategy that I believe is going to be something that is going to make me personally at least $1 million or more. Now, we're gonna definitely go through the disclaimers here, okay? But this is crypto's very risky, all right? And you know, unless you know what you're doing, I would definitely say don't try this at home without, you know, some expert education. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. But we're going to be talking about how to 3x your profit, not your portfolio, your profits with other people's money. Okay. And this is one of my top plays for building wealth in the crypto market. Now, notice how I'm not saying passive income. Okay. Because passive income is different. Passive income is like month in, month out. I have kind of like a regular schedule coming in. And there's different things that I do in crypto that definitely make me passive income. Okay. But when it comes to building wealth, it requires a little bit more savvy, patience for sure. Okay. And it requires time. Okay. Patience and time. Definitely. So, you know, you'll hear me say this throughout the entire presentation. If you came here to, you know, get rich quick, you're definitely in the wrong spot. What I want to show you is what I know about who's getting into the crypto market, and then tools that I'm using to prepare myself for this massive upswing that we're going to be getting within the next 2 or 3 years, in my opinion. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? All right. So before we get started, again, this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. For those of you that thinking I was, I'm not. All right. And, you know, and listen, I actually used to be a financial advisor. Even financial advisors really don't know what they're doing, in my opinion. They take a test. They're great test takers. All right. But, you know, maybe the ones that have been around for a really, really long time, but a lot of financial advisors, they just end up pushing your investments to people who probably aren't even financial advisors or even certified or licensed for that matter to invest your money. Okay. But just realize this, and this is one of the reasons that I started this company, was for you to become your own crypto non-licensed financial advisor. Because the more you understand about your investments, the more you're going to be able to make educated decisions. And that doesn't mean you're not going to lose. Okay. Have I lost? 100% I have lost. And again, if anybody says that they haven't lost, they're straight up lying to you. All right. But have I lost? I have 100%, not lost 100% of my money, but 100% I have lost. In fact, I was just on CBS the other day on the Armstrong Williams show. And, I think he was very surprised because he thought, I was going to be some cocky guy that was just going to be like, no, I always make money. He goes, have you lost money in crypto? And I said, 100%. And he looked at me like, what? Yeah. How do you think I freaking learned? All right. You don't learn without taking a couple L's. All right. Take a look at, some of the best investors in the world. Ray Dalio, who's, the former CEO and head of Bridgewater, the largest, what's it called? Fund in the world. Okay. Hedge fund in the world. Larry Fink, he literally lost all of his clients' money back in the 90s. Now he's the CEO of BlackRock, the largest institutional money manager in the world, managing $9 trillion. So they wouldn't have got to where they got to without learning some hard lessons. Now, hopefully I can lessen that curve for you. And just by even this webinar, maybe you'll walk away with something and go, oh, hey, that was a great lesson, all right, of things that maybe I can do and what I shouldn't do. But today I'm also going to show you one of the ways how I went from $300,000 in debt to making a passive income of 6 figures per year. Now, during the bull market, the last bull market, all right, there were times my best month was $500,000 in 1 month. All right. Now, I'm not making that now. All right. I'm not going to be deceitful and tell everybody that. But when the market heats up, if you're prepared correctly, if you've stockpiled your crypto and you've used a really good blueprint to do that, and what we're going to learn about decentralized finance as a tool, you're going to really understand how that is a possibility. Now, again, even I learned even lessons this time around in 2020, 2021, and 2022 of more of what I should have done and not should have done. And we've built out lots of things over the last year and some months to really, really be mindful of how we should be taking profits and where we can safeguard our money once we've made it. But we're not going to talk about that. But this is where I'm going to be one of the modalities that I'm going to show you that I am using to make 6 figures per year. Right now, I am making 6 figures per year, even in a bear market. All right. So I really want you guys to understand, and gals to understand, that it's totally possible. All right. It's totally possible. But on the flip side, it's totally possible to lose all your money if you don't know what you're doing. All right. Now, if you don't believe me, I've been featured on a whole bunch of different magazines, Yahoo Finance, LA Weekly, New York Weekly. I've also been on television, Forbidden Knowledge TV with Billy. I've been on, lots of YouTube podcasts with Ryan Pineda, Armstrong Williams on CBS. I think I'm going to be on Fox here soon. So I'm recognized as an expert when it comes to this. And I'm proud of what I've done. And I'm really proud of what we're doing and especially what we've built over the last year. This is really where you start to realize who's really in it for the money and who's really in it because they love what they're doing. And excuse my French, if you're with kids, cover their ears real quick, but I love what I'm fucking doing. I love crypto. I know I'm on here, I'm talking with you guys. This is kind of part of our marketing. But at the end of the day, if I could just bury myself in crypto all day long and some meditation and my family, that's all I really need. But But I really, really love what I do, guys and gals. And I love talking about crypto. I love finding new things. I love finding new ways that we're able to make money and more creative ways that we can make money. And I've done that. You know, I've come up with my own NFTs, which are profitable, not just went to zero, like a lot of the NFTs have done. We're working on our own cryptocurrencies right now that are going to be launching in August, that are backed by real estate. And, you know, these are things that really, really drive me, that I just love the way the future looks, even though sometimes it looks a little dark. Don't believe what the media is saying. There's a lot of really, really bright things, but, you know, I got to get out there and I got to get the word out, because for me, the most important thing is mass adoption. If we can't get mass adoption, then, you know, we're going to just grow really, really slow, but we are getting it. And I'm going to show you how we're doing it and who's jumping in. So a little bit about me. You're probably like, who's this guy? Some of you probably watch my YouTube or my Instagram and all that stuff, or seen me on one of these places. But a little bit about myself, a little more detail. My name's Gaven Sariel. I'm an ex-financial advisor for AXA Advisors. At that point in time, I think they were the largest insurance company in the world. They taught me really well how to sell life insurance, and I was categorized as a financial advisor, which was complete bullshit. But I did learn some skills, and I did love the way money flowed. So I paid attention a lot more than my peers who were just focused on selling. I was more interested in the investment side of things. I'm also the ex-founder of the largest cycling personal injury law firm in the United States. And I spent a lot of time, I was an avid cyclist, little micro celebrity in Southern California for many years as a cyclist and triathlete. But I was able to really harness my skills as a cyclist to bring in injured cyclists, not just, you know, tourists, but like Tour de France type guys, the guys that a lot of you get pissed off at when you see on the road. That was us. But I started investing in crypto in mid 2017. And in 2018, I started the most successful crypto and DeFi educational school in the world. And like I said, we're going to get into some of what DeFi is and how you can take part of it. I'm also a stage 2 colon cancer. I hate the word survivor because it's like, oh man, I just barely made it. I didn't. I'm a thriver. And I don't even want to say I'm a cancer thriver because that like gives cancer too much, but I'm actually grateful that I got cancer because it woke me up. It was like one of the things that like set me on a path to real happiness, to real success. And, you know, hopefully you guys see that in me, because, you know, so many people, I tell them, oh my gosh, I had cancer, and they, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why would you be? Like, rejoice. It was great. Now I understand some people aren't as fortunate as me that they didn't live, or maybe they're going through chemo or something like that. Luckily, I didn't go through chemo. I did have the surgery, but against my doctor's recommendations, I didn't go through chemo, and I'm 5 years now, almost to the date. I think in maybe 2 weeks or something is when I got diagnosed. So I'm alive and kicking. So I'm a thriver of life. I should say that I'm a thriver of life. If you're a thriver of life, type it in the chat. I want to see it. I want to see it a little bit later. But I was able to also maintain what I call the 3 freedoms. Okay. So I was able to maintain financial freedom. Okay. After I got cancer, earning a 6-figure passive income. I was able to earn time freedom. Okay. Able to do all things. In fact, I think I've been to 7 different countries and over 30 cities inside of those countries in the last 3 or 4 years alone. And then I also got location freedom. Okay. And that's gone up to 7 countries, not 6 countries. But you know, I'm really pumped. And I just recently had my first child in October of last year as a 42-year-old. I was a little bit late to the show, but man, I am, again, like after the whole cancer thing, after what I call my awakening, you know, I really had an amazing life, you know, and it didn't just go away in the flash like that. But once I really woke up, like I started to change my mind. You'll hear me say that a lot in all of my videos. I started to really change my mind on how I looked at things. Like, you know, well, why was I always so pissed and tired? Well, because I was out drinking and, you know, running myself into the ground, working and cycling. And, you know, there was no limit to everything that I was doing. You know, I just thought, go, go, go. And that's the way it should be. Grind, grind, grind. And it wasn't, you know, so now I sleep a solid 7 to 8 hours a day. And I really get to spend time with my family. I get to go to the places that I want to go to. And by the way, when I was in the law firm, it's not like I was making like shit money. I was making like mid six figures. There was one year I made almost $1 million. So it wasn't about the money, but like, I'll tell you right now, somebody said, hey, for the next couple of years, would you just earn $100,000 and be in crypto with the opportunity to make way more, but have like your happiness and freedom and time and all that stuff? Or would you rather make $1 billion this year and go back and do what you were doing at the law firm? And I would be like, fuck no, I am definitely not going back to anything that I do not love doing. And hopefully a lot of you are starting to make that transition. That's probably why you're here, and not just into crypto, just into something that you really love doing, and not doing it just because of the money, but because it makes you happy. And I think that there is so much available for us to do it, but I actually capitalized it. And what was my, you know, red pill, you could say? It was crypto. It was cryptocurrency. And here's a couple of pictures of me and my wife. And, you know, her and I traveled. We've been to Russia. I know it's a bad word right now, but it was really cool. I'm not going to lie. Russia's like reverse United States. It's kind of badass. We went to the country of Georgia, which was, you know, former Soviet Union, which is a beautiful country. Costa Rica, Mexico, all over the United States, and a whole bunch of other things. And then, you know, our daughter is just like the light of our life. I'm not kidding you. Like, we can't even stay mad at each other for too long because we're like, man, look at what we made. This is so much fun. But, you know, the whole crypto market has allowed me to do what I really, really love to do. And then I love teaching it too. Like, I love learning and then teaching it. And this is what's given me, you know, the 3 freedoms. So enough about me. Why do I think the crypto market is about to explode in the next 365 days? Well, take a look at this. This is an article that just came out in June, and I'm sure a lot of you have already seen these articles, but I want to keep this on the forefront because, you know, us in this social media era, we have such a short-term memory, all right? And I want to keep reminding myself of what's really coming. So, you know, when there's downturns in the crypto market, I just want to turn a blind eye and go, I need to keep my eye on the goal. I need to keep my eye on the goal because here's what's really happening. And if I start having shiny ball syndrome, then I'm going to invest in AI, or I'm going to invest in options, or I'm going to invest in this. No, I want to invest when the market is beat to the ground. And then I want to go in and give it all the gas that I can. And I am giving it all the gas, because this time around, the last bull market, I got to multi-million-dollar status, but this one, I want to get to deca-million-dollar status. Okay. And I know that I'm going to do it. I've done the math. I know my own blueprint. I know where I'm headed. And I'm going to share a little bit about that today, but take a look. BlackRock is filing an ETF. Remember what I said about BlackRock? BlackRock is the largest institutional money manager in the world. To put it to scale, BlackRock is the 3rd largest country by GDP in the world, behind the United States and China. Okay. They're getting into Bitcoin and they're filing an ETF. And now the last time they filed an ETF this big was a gold ETF back in the 90s. And gold did like 1,000 or some percent return. Okay. Now gold, which has an infinite amount of it. Okay. We don't even know how much it is. They say that there's, you know, way more gold in the ground that there is above it, as opposed to Bitcoin, which there's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin. So like once they get, oh, and by the way, BlackRock has only had one ETF that was not approved by the SEC. And it was kind of like some really, really weird one. But that's the problem that a lot of companies have faced, is that nobody's been able to get a Bitcoin ETF. And it's kind of been the coup d'etat of the financial industry to get a Bitcoin ETF. But BlackRock, out of like, I think 500 or 600 ETFs, they've only had one denied. So that's very, very comforting to know. But BlackRock is coming. And once they get a Bitcoin ETF, you better bet your ass that they're going to do an Ethereum ETF, and they're going to do a Litecoin ETF, and they're going to do an XRP ETF. They're not just going to start there, because they're going to see how profitable it is. And right now, even Larry Fink, I've been watching a lot of his stuff on YouTube and on CNBC, and he is like an evangelist for crypto. And I mean, this guy, coming from a guy who used to call crypto a scam and only, used for illicit activity, now he's just on one telling everybody everything is going to be tokenized. And I've been saying this shit, man, for 6 years since I got into crypto. Now the biggest players in Wall Street are starting to say the same thing. And you can see here, Citadel, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. By the way, all of these institutions, okay, between BlackRock, and I think if you throw in like JPMorgan Chase and Wells Fargo's wealth management, you're talking about $44.49 trillion that they manage. Right now, the crypto market is only, $1.2 trillion. It's lower. The entire crypto market is lower than the market cap of all of Apple. Okay. Now think everything is going to come onto the blockchain, including real estate, how huge this is going to be. And that's just these 5, 6, 7 institutions. That's not people like you and me. A lot of us don't have our money in there. So this is going to be massive, guys and gals. I really think we're within the next 2 or 3 years, in recorded history, we've never seen anything that's going to explode this hard, in my opinion. And again, I'm going to show you a little bit about how that works. Fidelity, rumored to make seismic crypto moves on their platform. They're going to actually allow their customers to be able to buy crypto on their platform. They're collaborating with these 4 different all 3 of these guys are collaborating to create this EDX markets, which is going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash to start. But as the SEC starts to warm up, or Gary Gensler gets out of office, who's just a piece of shit, excuse my French. Again, I'm a little passionate about it. This thing's going to go parabolic, guys and gals. So with all of these events occurring, this is a time to be learning the skills to front run the largest banks and institutions in the world. All right. Before I show you how to compete with the institutions, first, let's educate you on a few things so that you understand how me and over 1,200 of my students are making money right now. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what decentralized finance is. So decentralized finance, or DeFi, it's a new way of handling money built on a technology called blockchain technology. It's called decentralized because it's not controlled by banks or governments. Instead, it's run by people all over the world like you and me. All right. And that's the thing that really got me excited about this, because after 2008, and by the way, I became a financial advisor in 2008, January of 2008. All right. I was so happy. I was going to go in and man, these guys were telling me that I was going to make $1,000,001 every 3 months. And, at the end of the day, I saw, especially during 2008, how corrupt Wall Street was. So when I started to learn more about Bitcoin and Ethereum and decentralization, man, it really revved me up, because I saw how the government could just print money and take care of their own whenever they wanted to. But people like you and I, unless you work for an institution very high up, if you're not high up, you're not part of them. All right. We don't have access to all that stuff. We don't have access to the money printer. Okay. But that is starting to go away. And we just saw this yesterday. I don't know if anybody saw the news, but Fitch just downgraded the United States from AA+ to AAA. all right, which is a big stain on their face, and super bullish for crypto. Super bullish for crypto, especially with all of these big institutions moving in. They see the writing on the wall. Do you? So DeFi uses something called smart contracts. These are like digital agreements that automatically carry out transactions when certain conditions are met. And it's open to everybody. Good, bad, ugly, skinny, fat, good looking, everybody. All right. Not just the ones at the top. It's open to everyone, and you don't need to go through a bank or middleman to use it. And that's what I love about this. All right. Like I love the freedom that it grants me. All right. I love the freedom. And that's, in my opinion, true financial freedom, because what happens, just like some of these banks froze everybody's money back in March, what happens if your bank decides to freeze your money? What happens if your government says, oh, you marched against vaccines, or you're against people who want to get vaccinated? Doesn't matter what, right? But they say, you know what? You're not on my side, and I'm going to use your money as a weapon. Your money, not their money, allegedly, your money as a weapon. They can't do that to me. They can't do that to me. Okay. And that's what I love about crypto and decentralization. Why is DeFi exciting? All right. This is kind of like a cool little AI. I need to show this one off because I like a bull with like dog teeth or wolf teeth is kind of cool. But they're excited. This bull is excited. This guy is, everybody's excited for DeFi. So the thing that's so exciting about DeFi is the potential of DeFi, the financial inclusion. So DeFi can bring banking and financial services to people who don't have access to them. A lot of people in Africa right now and South America are getting access to that. People in Turkey, where they're what else? Lebanon. I was just in Lebanon this year. Insane, guys and gals. I've never been to a country that's experienced hyperinflation. Obviously, with the United States, we experienced inflation, and a lot of you experienced inflation, but hyperinflation, I had never experienced that. And so we're going around. I couldn't use my debit card. The guy that was taking me around, he had to pay for everything, and he had these like $1,000 bills, and he would hand like a stack this thick just to pay for parking, because that was the only way they could pay, was with like this junk cash. People's entire fortunes wiped out overnight. And if you're like, oh man, I'm glad that never happened to me, bullshit. It's happening to you right now, whether you live in the European Union or in the United States or in Australia. It's happening to you every day, and you're feeling it. Why? Tell me you're still paying the same amount on your rent that you were paying in 2008 as you are now. Somebody's paying that, unless you have like a fixed mortgage from back then, obviously, or you paid off your house. None of you are, especially the people that are renting. There's no way. There's no way. You're up over 100%. In my opinion, that's almost hyperinflation, except there's just like death by 1,000 cuts. But with DeFi, we have the way to really skate that. We don't have to participate in their shitty program anymore. Innovation, because DeFi is open to everyone. It encourages new ideas and rapid improvements. Like me and my students, like our whole premise, we call our business a decentralized autonomous commonwealth. Okay. What I like to think what America kind of used to be. To me, like America definitely isn't what it was before. And I still have like America in my heart, despite the fact that I don't live in it. But I have America in my heart on the principles, and especially the financial principles. All right. Because a lot of our founding fathers were totally against establishing a central bank, totally against it, because they knew this would exactly happen. This would exactly happen. And so the cool thing is, in our Commonwealth, we now have our students who are coming out with new and innovative things every day, finding new and innovative projects where we can benefit from it. And it's so cool. It's so cool because it's not just one linear way of thinking like, oh, I need to go buy Apple stock and put it in my 401k and maybe one day I will retire. Thank you, United States government. Fuck that. No way. Why shouldn't we be able to participate just like them? Well, we're taking the power away from them. by innovating, by having what Robert Kiyosaki calls the people's money. This is our money because we control it. It's not controlled by anybody else. Transparency. All the DeFi transactions are recorded and can be seen by anyone, which helps to prevent fraud and corruption. Now, so many people like Elizabeth Warren, and look, I'm not a Demopublican or a Republican, all right? It's like left wing, right wing, same bird, like my friend Ruben says, all right? All that is bullshit because Republicans insider trade just as hard as Democrats, all right? But they insider trade and there's no laws against it. It's horrible. It's horrible, all right? But now imagine, all right, where we at least have transparency where we can see on-chain all of their trades in an instant. Right now, it takes them 45 days to report it, all right? So when Nancy Pelosi makes a trade on microchips before she knows everybody, that all the microchip manufacturing or a lot of it is going to come back to the United States away from Taiwan, she makes that trade. Is that fair? No. But okay, fine. You want to insider trade? No problem. You want to insider trade? But I want to be able to watch your trades. We can't do that now. With blockchain, we can. It's fully transparent. And so like when people say like, oh, only criminals use blockchain, man, shut up. Okay, that's just people who are afraid of change. And like I said, in my videos, I'm always changing my mind. I'm always finding new ways because staying in that old way of thinking is not going to get you anywhere. Control. With DeFi, you have full control over your money. You don't need a bank to hold it or make decisions for you, okay? And this is my favorite one. You make bank and institution money. You make the money that banks makes, okay? That bank makes. With DeFi, we have no ability, or we have the ability, not no, sorry, that's a typo. We have the ability to collect all the fees that the banks make by providing financial services. All right, now today we're not going to cover that. We're going to cover something a little different, but in my past videos, I've covered extensively on how we can, borrow and lend on the blockchain to our neighbors in other countries everywhere, okay? I've shown how we can borrow against our real estate on the blockchain. I've shown how we can provide liquidity like the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange and make a fee off peer-to-peer trading. So there's all sorts of really, really cool stuff that I think you all are going to really enjoy once you start to learn decentralized finance. Now, let's talk a little bit about what a decentralized exchange is. A centralized exchange. A centralized exchange are like traditional banks, but for cryptocurrencies, okay? They own a single company that controls the funds and makes the trades, okay? And you have to trust them to keep your money safe, just like you trust a bank. Now, what's an example of a centralized exchange? FTX, Binance, Coinbase, some of the failed ones. What are they? There's been so many of them, but I've never really been in a lot of the failed ones. I've always been in the pretty good ones. I was never in FTX, but like crypto.com. But I just don't like anybody holding onto my money. And especially when I know I can make like hundreds of % more per year, okay, in DeFi. Like a lot of them will try to lure you in and like give you 5-6% per year. I'm like, 5-6%, man, come on. You all are tripping. Because I know they're taking that and they're earning the money like I'm making like 30, 50, 100, 2,000% sometimes by being the bank and using your money to do it. And that's what old banks did as well. Don't think that the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, they're any different. They're exactly the same. They get access to all of your funds. And then every single time somebody trades, they make a fee, right? So it's really, really important that you understand the difference between a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange. We're going to cover decentralized here in a little bit. So they often require you to share personal information to use their services. And they usually offer a selection of popular cryptocurrencies, not the whole spectrum of them. Now, what is a decentralized exchange? A decentralized exchange is a marketplace where people trade directly with each other. All right. And if you know what you're doing, every single time somebody makes a trade on whatever cryptocurrency you provide as liquidity, You make the fees instead of the NASDAQ or Binance or the New York Stock Exchange. Again, we're not going to cover that today, but you do have to understand what a decentralized exchange is today, because I'm going to teach you a new type of decentralized exchange that's coming out, and maybe even give you the opportunity to buy this crypto, because I think it's a really good one. And how to 3x your profit, obviously. So they're not owned by any single company, and instead they use technology called blockchain to make the trades. You keep control of your money until you make a trade. You can use them without sharing personal information, and they offer a wide range of cryptocurrencies, including new and less well-known ones, okay, which is where you can make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money there, okay, but you don't want to be investing all of your money into those ones. And I'll cover that here in a little bit, little strategy. So how will DeFi change the world? Everything from the stock market to real estate to commodities to art to music to gaming will be on the blockchain within the next 10 years. All right. Now, let me tell you this. I've had this slide. Now I've just left it here. Okay. I've had this slide for, man, maybe 2 or 3 years now. 2 or 3 years. And now the freaking CEO of BlackRock, again, the third largest country in the world by GDP, is saying everything from the stock market to the real estate to commodities to art to music to gaming will be on the blockchain. Word for word. Look it up. Look it up. He literally said it last week or this week. I can't remember. I think it was late last week on like Friday. Look it up. All right. But if you don't believe me, look at this. JPMorgan Chase. This was an article that I got last year, okay, in June 12th of 2022. Really, really good article. But on its plans, crypto plans, the overall goal is to bring these trillions of dollars of assets into DeFi. So what we call RWAs, or real world assets, they're going to be bringing this onto the blockchain, the public blockchain, not the one that the government makes, because everybody knows, man, with a swipe of a key, they can cancel me. And that's how dangerous it is. That's how dangerous it is. And these guys aren't innovative. The government's not innovative. They're like the furthest thing from innovative. They're aloof. They're lazy. They're bloated. Okay. That's what the government is. They can't even pass laws. And when they do, they don't even fucking make sense. All right. So excuse my passion. All right. But this is what's going on here. All right. You have JPMorgan Chase, and they're actually working on what's called the Polygon blockchain right now. All right. They've done all sorts of things on it. They haven't launched just quite yet, but I really believe that in 2024, maybe even at the end of this year, they will launch something to their consumers. All right. This is real estate on the blockchain, guys, where you can come in. And we're launching our own marketplace for this on August 19th to our mastermind participants, but we're not going to talk about that today. But this is another marketplace called Realty, all right? And they've tokenized real estate, and these things sell out like hotcakes. Why? Because I don't need to go get a mortgage. I don't need to go save for a down payment. I don't need to go have underwriting. I just come. I can see what the expected income is here, what the rent per token is going to pay me per year. And I can click here with my hard wallet, and you can see my hard wallet here in the screen. I can start buying right now real estate. And I own real estate, and I can own 20 different ones. If I wanted to just buy one token at $50, I could buy one token. That's all I need. All I need to do is buy one token, and that's it. And I can trade it with whoever. I can borrow against it, and I can receive passive income month after month as a real estate owner. And that's what we're doing. Ours is a little bit more innovative than this one, but Realty's done a good job. All right. But we're innovating. This is what we're innovating. All right. There's better ways to do it. And I'm not talking about a REIT or fractionalized real estate. The traditional way, that's garbage. That's complete garbage, because at any given point in time, again, that goes, down. It's not on the blockchain. For whatever reason, they're like, oh man, we're sorry. There's lots of fees in between there, all right, that get taken. Here, this is where the future is headed, all right? And you may have to be, you know, a US citizen to buy some REITs, or, you know, or some wealthy investor. Here, you don't have to be. Anybody can participate in this. And this is, I love real estate and I love blockchain. I've invested, I'm not like hardcore, all right? So don't be like, oh my gosh, but I've invested in probably 7 properties in my life, okay, over the years. 2 of them I didn't make money on, and the other 5 I did, all right? So when I understand DeFi really, really well, when I was able to merge the 2, oh my gosh, I mean, I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. But here, you can even see, all right, that you can actually borrow against your tokens, against your real estate tokens, all right? So like, I could like buy a token right now and go like, I want to go, you know, buy more real estate. So I would borrow dollars in the form of what's called a stable coin, which a stable coin is backed 1-to-1 by $1. I can now go and buy more real estate if I wanted to, using these real estate tokens. And I can just keep kind of compounding it until, you know, I get to my last dollar that it'll allow me to spend. But that's like a strategy that we're basically going to be teaching here in the coming months. So this is why you don't want to miss out on learning this technology before everybody gets in. Now that we understand DeFi, what DeFi is, let's learn a little bit about trading, and specifically the type of trading that I'm going to talk to you about on how you can 3x your leverage. So today I'm going to show you how to 3x your profits over the next 2 or 3 years using other people's money. Notice how I'm not like instantly, oh my gosh, you're going to make money now, buy. Like, that's all bullshit. All right. I'm never going to pressure anybody. I really want you to understand this concept. And if you understand it, you know, and decide you want to be a part of our group, we can go into way more detail on it, but you may even be able to catch on with what we're going to teach today. All right. So how do we 3x our profits? It's no different than the way some of the wealthiest people in the world do it. They use other people's money, or OPM. You all have heard OPM, right? We use other people's money. So let's educate you on how you potentially, sorry, my voice, I've been talking way too much with my content. So let's educate you on how you can potentially use other people's money to make that 3x. Well, let's first talk about what leverage is, okay? Leverage is borrowing money to have a larger position to make more money per trade. So you see here, this is an example of what's called a 1-to-100 1-to-100 leverage trade. So let's say, for instance, I have $1,000 and I'm like, hey, I want to invest in whatever, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but I want to use other people's money. Well, there's exchanges that allow you to use up to 100 times your money. Now, there comes tremendous risk by using 100 times, all right? A tremendous risk. I mean, the crypto market so much as lets a little tiny fart out and you could lose all of your $1,000, okay? Now, it could also go to the upside like crazy and you could make, you know, $100,000, all right? But you have to understand that it is very, very, very risky. And using this much leverage, I liken it to gambling, all right? And I have gambled, more like learned to gamble to help me become a better investor, because some of it is correlated, all right? Some of it is correlated, especially the mindset side, all right? Now, what is leverage trading? Leverage trading in cryptocurrency means borrowing money to increase your buying power. It's like using a magnifying glass to make your investment bigger, okay? If you buy Bitcoin with 3 times the leverage, you're tripling your buying power. So if you invest $5,000, you can control $15,000 worth of Bitcoin. But be careful, okay? Leverage also increases your risk. And if the price of Bitcoin falls, and I'm going to go over some examples here, you could lose more than your initial investment. Okay. So what is a liquidation price? So understanding liquidation. So the liquidation price is the Bitcoin price at which you'd lose your entire initial investment. If Bitcoin falls to this price, your position will be automatically closed to prevent further losses. In our example, if you control 15,000 worth of Bitcoin, bought at, let's say 29,000, which is more or less where it's at today per Bitcoin, you own 0.517 Bitcoin. Okay. That's with the leverage, with the 3 times leverage. If the value of this 0.517 Bitcoin falls by 5,000, your initial investment, your position would be liquidated. All right. So your liquidation price would roughly be 19,332. If Bitcoin falls to this price, you would lose your initial $5,000. So I want to make sure everybody's paying attention because this is super duper important. And if you can get this concept, you can make a lot of money. And especially with the next concept that we're going to talk about. So if I invest $5,000 right now at its current price in Bitcoin, more or less, okay, what price would I get liquidated at if the price of Bitcoin goes down and I don't add collateral? Type it in the chat. I want to see if you guys and gals are paying attention. Let's see. Who's paying attention? Let's see. It can't just be one. There's 175 of you on here. Come on. I need at least like 50. Let's go. I wasn't Ruben. Come on, man. Pay attention, brother. All right. So Ryan doesn't get the mess. Wake up. Wake up. All right. Now we're awake. All right. Because this is super important. This is super important. All right. So if I invest $5,000 with 3 times the leverage, the answer is right here somewhere. I just want everybody to do it. If Bitcoin goes down to what price, at what point in time do I lose all of my $5,000? Type it in the chat. Let's see. Chris O'Connell. Hopefully it's the former Robin because I love that movie. I don't know why, but no. So, okay. So a lot of you got it right. 19,332. 19,332 right here. Let me grab my spotlight. Okay. Right here. Okay. Right here. 19,332. All right. So great job for those of you. Now, again, I need for you guys and gals to be paying attention. I don't want you to walk away from this and you're like, oh man, I don't even understand what he did. If you really concentrate and focus right now, I promise you'll walk away learning something. All right. Even if it's just this part. All right. Next. So you need to understand the risks of leverage because it can be risky. All right. Like, let's say, for instance, if I end up using higher leverage, let's say 5 times, well, what happens is Bitcoin only has to go down instead of 19,332 to maybe, let's say 25,000 from here. And if it goes down to 25,000, my 5,000 goes away. Now, if it goes up, I made 5 times my initial investment, right? Or whatever it goes up by. So it's really important that you don't get greedy. Me personally, and I've been doing this for a pretty long time. I mean, 6 years now, I've been in the crypto market. I won't go past 3x leverage. And trust me, it is freaking tempting sometimes. It is so tempting, but I don't go past 3 times leverage because it is very dangerous. And I want to be able to see a liquidation coming from a mile away so that I can add collateral. And we're going to talk about that. So what is the 2-bullet system that I'm using to avoid liquidation? So what the 2-bullet system is I have, let's say if I invest $5,000, well, I have $10,000 on the side And usually I have it in Bitcoin because I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in Ethereum. I really do believe that they have a way better use case than the United States dollar. I have it sitting on the side just in case my Bitcoin goes down, and I have it just chilling there. Actually, I have it in what's called a liquidity pool, earning me like 18% per year. All right. But that's for another discussion. But I have it sitting there earning me interest, okay, without leveraging. I don't have it leveraged because, again, there's risks. There's different strategies here, right? So what I have is I have it in a pool sitting there, earning me interest anywhere between 18 and 30% per year, okay, by providing liquidity. Now, here's what I need for you to understand so that you don't end up like this airplane, okay, and you don't end up wrecked. Look at this. So ugly. It's like, oh, man. But maybe some people lived, all right? So understanding the liquidation price with additional investment, okay? So when you add more money to your investment, it increases the safety net. Pay attention. Pay attention. I need everybody to pay attention right now. If you add more money into your investment, it increases the safety net and lowers the liquidation price. So in our example, I added $5,000 worth of Bitcoin when Bitcoin's price was $23,000. Okay, so I didn't wait for it to go down to 19,332 because I don't want to wake up because the crypto market goes very fast in either direction. I don't want to wake up one day and go, oh my gosh, I'm liquidated. I know for certain I would see $23,000 from a mile away. Okay. So this I'm adding, if Bitcoin were to go down to 23,000, I would be adding $5,000. Okay. An additional $5,000 in. Okay. Now this increased my total investment to $10,000. And the total Bitcoin that I'm going to control at that point in time will be 0.734 Bitcoin. Okay. Now, the liquidation price is the Bitcoin price at which you'd lose your entire investment, right? So if Bitcoin falls to this price, your position would be automatically closed to prevent further losses. All right. And pay back the people who lent you the money. Now, with additional investment, your new liquidation price is roughly $13,623. All right. So if Bitcoin falls to this price, you would lose your total investment of $10,000, which I think is highly unlikely, but it could happen. That's why we have another bullet of $5,000. So if it goes down by that much more, we're going to load our last bullet, and that should take it down to about $7,000. And I really don't think that that's ever going to hit, in my personal opinion. You may disagree with me. That's okay. Our world is filled with disagreements, and that's what makes us awesome, because we can agree to disagree and still be friends. All right. So this is why we need to have that collateral on the side. Now, some of you are like, well, why wouldn't you just set a stop loss? Because I believe in Bitcoin. I don't need a stop loss. I have money to add to the collateral. And once it goes up from here, man, I'm gonna be in the money. I'm gonna be in the money. Okay. And I'm gonna show you, if you stay until the end, I'm gonna actually show you how you can really, really turn this into several hundreds of thousands of dollars just with even $5,000. All right, now I'm gonna do this live. All right, I'm gonna do this live. But before I do it, hold on. I need to make sure everybody was paying attention. So now if I add $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, if I add $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, what is my new liquidation price? Type it in the chat. No. And some of you got it. Some of you got it. Sorry, if I just add 5,000, one bullet. Yes. All right. Great job. Great job. We are paying attention. Great job. All right. Thank you, Lucinda. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Liana. And for those of you who even got it wrong, it's okay. Don't worry about it. At least you're trying. That's the key. trust me, I probably would be getting them all wrong too. I have like dyslexia. I think that's what it's called. All right. Now I'm going to take you live. All right. So and the reason I'm going to take you live is because I want to show you how easy this is to do. All right. Even a caveman can do it. All right. So hold on. I'm going to log into my hard wallet because we always want to be secure. And a hard wallet allows us to really have, military grade security, so that you have to personally be here in order for anybody to steal your money. And you have to have the passcode and the keys and all that stuff. Okay. So this is one of the things that we teach in our courses. So let's go here to Quenta. All right. Now, not financial advice. So if it goes to zero, don't get on my Instagram and go, oh man, you led me straight off a cliff or something. No, it's not financial advice. All right. So Quenta is a futures exchange on the blockchain. These exchanges only existed in centralized finance before. Just recently, these types of exchanges have started launching on the blockchain. So we never used to be able to use leverage before. Now we can. And Quenta, I'm not going to go into Quenta, but Quenta has an amazing use case. Look it up. All right. It's a great decentralized perpetual futures exchange. Okay. Now, I actually want to, oh, shoot. This thing's been talking the whole time. Hold on real quick, everybody. Hold on. All right. So there's a crypto that I've been buying, and I've been dollar cost averaging into it, called OP, and I've made lots and lots of money over the last couple of weeks. Okay. It's called Optimism. And this is an actual layer 2 blockchain. I'm not going to get into what a layer 2 blockchain is. Okay. So sorry. But Optimism, okay, in my opinion, is going to be one that's going to go up tremendously over the coming years. All right. This one is not going to go up 500-600% like maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum is. This one's, in my opinion, is going to go up thousands of percent, okay, in the coming years. Again, do your own research and you got to make up your own mind. But here's the way it works, okay? You can see here, I have $100 worth of margin available. Okay, so anybody can do that. Anybody can find $100. Even when my wife, before she was my wife, making $300 a month in Russia. Hold on, everybody. I need a little bit of water because I've been cranking here now almost an hour. My throat gets a little parched and scratchy. Okay, even my girlfriend and wife at the time, wife now, she ended up finding $100. All right. She ended up finding $100 and she started investing in crypto in early 2020 and she made all sorts of money. All right. She never looked back to that stupid $300 job per month. All right. So anybody can find $100. And then once you find $100, I made her go find $1,000. All right. And she found it. Her dad was sitting on a whole bunch of Bitcoin miners that she didn't even know about. And he lent her $1,000. She paid it back. All right. So what I want to do is this. All right. I'm going to invest 100% of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leverage trade this at 3x leverage. So you can see here. Now I need a certain cryptocurrency called SUSD. All right. This is a stable coin that's on the Synthetics network. It's another great project that I'm not going to go into elaborate on today. But you can see here, I put $100 and my size is actually now 299.9999. Okay. Now, and that's the reason is because I put my leverage here. Okay. So now it's as simple as this. I just come here, I hit open my position, and I'm going to sign some smart contracts. All right. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me stop sharing real quick because I want everybody to see this whole entire process. Okay, can you guys see this? So this is what we call a smart contract. So I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to approve it because I have to approve the transaction, and then I'm going to sign it on my hard wallet. So I review the transaction here. I sign it on my hard wallet. Luckily, Optimism is pretty fast, so we shouldn't be waiting here. All right, so see this? My transaction has succeeded. It's this quick, guys and gals, all right? It's this quick. So now it's going to, here, the user interface is slower than the blockchain. So it's going to give me a couple seconds here, and then it'll say open position or something like that. And we'll be able to open. Okay, so confirm long order. Now it's going to go to another smart contract for me to actually confirm the entire transaction. I'm going to sign it on here. And bada bing, bada boom. It's been broadcasted to the blockchain. And again, this is all going on the blockchain, not on some server at Fidelity or at the New York Stock Exchange or at some brokerage. This is literally happening on the blockchain. And people are making money every time I'm making these trades. All right. So now let's take a look. I actually already opened. All right. This is my wallet that I call it my 5K to $1 million. That's a strategy that I'm teaching my students. So this, now I have an Optimism. Okay. You can see right here in my trading strategy, and it shows me what my liquidation price is. So if I start to see Optimism move and get close to 120, so I probably would start watching this like at 140. If this thing starts to hit 140, I'm like on it like flies on shit, all right, to add more liquidity, because I do think that Optimism in the next bull market is going to do really, really well. Now, let me ask you this. If that looked easy, if I made it look easy, can you type it in the chat? If I made it look easy, I just want to know, like, if you're like, whoa, there's no way I'll ever be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. Like, the technology is just getting easier and easier and easier every single day, guys and gals. All right. So here, now I'm not touching this. Now, there are a few things that I want everybody to notice. Okay. There's like a profit and loss here. And then there's a funding amount. So you can see here, like here, I've actually paid fees because I'm paying the people who I'm borrowing money against. All right. So I've paid so far this one, $19.57. On this one, I've paid $1.62. Now, as the market starts to go up, those funding fees start to come down. All right. So don't be like, oh my gosh, you're going to be at 100% in no time. That's not the way it works. All right. As the market goes up, my funding fees start to come down. As the market starts to go down, my funding fees start to go up. All right. So that's why you do have to keep an eye on these liquidation prices. Okay. You have to keep an eye on it. This is where, it takes whatever, 5 minutes a day. Just come in, take a look. All right. We're straight. What's the price of Bitcoin? What's the price of OP? What's my liquidation price? All right. I can go on with my day. No problems asked. All right. So, but again, you can see here how much leverage I'm using on all of these. So this is exactly the way you do it. All right. It's not super complex. And again, I have my bullets set aside in case I get liquidated, or in case I start getting close to that liquidation price. Boom, I add it. Because I'm not dumb either. I'm not going to be like, oh, Bitcoin's only going to go up, like a lot of people say. All right. It could go down. All right. It could go sideways. It can go any which way it wants. It's Bitcoin. All right. And it's very small right now. But in my opinion, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the safest ones to be in terms of cryptocurrency. And if you know what you're doing with leverage trading, man, you're gonna crush it. Now, let's talk a little bit. But stay here with me, because I'm going to show you what the possibilities of this are. All right. So how do you truly build wealth in crypto? 1, you become as decentralized as possible. 2, you educate yourself. So you come to a company like us, or if you want to do it like I did, you can go through YouTube University and go through billions of videos, or somebody else, okay, who has the knowledge on this stuff. 3, have a plan in place to hit your goals. So I have like, different spreadsheets that I track that I'm almost about to launch one for my students that they can use, and it'll actually show them their progression in their investment journey. But you want to be able to track all this stuff so you can see what your personal improvement is. All right. You want to learn how to make money the way the banks do too as well. And you can see this is providing liquidity. So this is another arrow in our quiver. You can see here, Gala and ETH. This is a liquidity pair that I provided. I'm earning 110% on Gala and ETH. On this one here, Ethereum and ETH, I'm earning 116%. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about this today, or I'm not going to talk about it at all, but I've done lots of other webinars on that and how to do it. And you can see here, this is how easy it is. You literally just come here, you collect your fees, and this is the way I make my passive income. All right. This is the passive income side. So this is some of the things that we teach ad nauseum, and all right, we keep coming up and showing you what liquidity pools we're getting in, what strategies we're using. And we show you our losses as much as it hurts sometimes. We show you our gains. We show you the strategies A to Z. There's no hiding here, because in order for you to be successful, I have to be real to you guys and gals. 4, learn how to do your own research and become your own crypto non-licensed financial advisor. Super duper important. Super important, because if you don't know how to do your own research, I don't want you to just rely on me. Use me as somebody like, oh, okay, hey, that's a great idea, but I want you to go and trust but verify. Trust but verify. And that's one of the things that we do. We want to teach you how to invest like a Wall Street rock star before Wall Street was so corrupt. So what is the one way that you can truly build wealth in crypto? Some of you may not like this. Some of you may, because they're like, man, this guy's like really being upfront about this. Good old-fashioned time and education. Okay, good old-fashioned time and education. If you get into something where they're like, oh, my buddy got into this and they're paying 1% per day, you're about to get your money stolen in a Ponzi scheme. How do I know that? How do I know that? Oh, man, how do I know that? Because I fucking done it. All right. Not like I didn't do the Ponzi scheme. I got into it. All right. And then I was like, oh, that's what a Ponzi scheme looks like. Yeah. Somebody comes in, tells you no down days, no heartbreak, no loss. That's not the way nature works. It's not the way nature works. I used to live in the jungle in Costa Rica last year. It was so beautiful, but it's filled with violence and danger for all the animals out there. There's snakes, there's tarantulas, there's killer howling monkeys. And every single one of those is part of the circle of life. All right. So not anything in the ecosystem, even in the jungle that grows too fast, will end up self-consuming itself and eventually dying off. It's all the balance of life. So if somebody's like, oh, they're paying me this much, 2% per day with no loss. Just saying, you're about to get your money stolen. All right. So plant that in your head. If you're already like, man, I really want to join this, start going, this is going to take time. So don't FOMO, slow-mo. And I need to educate myself, just like anything else, just like my job, just like, school, just like a new skill. You don't just like come in and you're a pro soccer player. No, you go through years of training, right? It's not going to take you years of training here because it's a smaller learning curve, but it is going to take you time for you to learn. And the more you learn, the better it is, because then guess what? I don't have to like lose sleep at night going like, oh my gosh, my students are full-blown degens, right? And trust me, we've been degens before. In 2020, 2021, and 2022, we could throw a dart at the wall and make $10,000 in a day or more. Sometimes more. Okay. So again, this isn't for you if you're trying to get rich quick. And a lot of people are starting to say that. And then like, I actually see what they're teaching and I'm like, but you just said they can get rich quick. Like, no. All right. Learn the skill that will become powerful to help empower you to make better decisions into your investments. That's what I say. And here's some examples of some of my students, okay? And by the way, stick with it because I'm going to show you where this comes full circle, okay? So this particular student, I brought her in February of last year. I was in the Caribbean. We met up. She had $1.5 million on a crypto exchange called Voyager that went out of business, all right? And I told her the first thing, because we teach security and we teach decentralization day one, class one. They're called classes, okay? Class one, lesson one. And I said, we need to immediately get your money off. We got her money off within a week, okay? Because it took her some time. She needed to set off. She was one-on-one. And after, I want to say about a month and a half or two, the crypto exchange went belly up. Everybody lost their money. Imagine. And she wasn't like some multimillionaire investing. She had actually invested in 2018 and 2019, and it grew to that. It grew to that. So can tell you what the potential is there. All right. So it grew to that. She got into like Cardano really, really early on, and it just mooned. But then she was able to take that money, which, by the way, she told me, like, but Voyager's paying me 5%. I'm like, oh my gosh, 5%, 5%, like a day? Because back then we could get 5% per day. I'm not lying either. All right. And maybe when the market turns around, we may be able to do that as well. But right now, that's not realistic. All right. It's not realistic. And if somebody takes custody of your money and it's not decentralized, you're getting into the Ponzi scheme. All right. So she's now able to cover all of her expenses, which she lives off of a 6-figure lifestyle every year. She's able to pay all of her expenses using liquidity pools, using that passive income. Super important. All right. So this is one of our students. She has to remain anonymous. Here we have Sean L. Okay. One of our students. He started up late last year. You can see here, he's already, and this is on the blockchain, 194%. All right, that he's making on USDC and Ethereum. All right, let's see who else we got here. We have Ryan. Okay, Ryan's loving our entire group. He was actually in Decentralized Finance before, and he's like, man, you guys took us to the next level. So we take students who are like, I don't even know what a cryptocurrency is. Is it money that you get at Dave & Buster's or something, to like, yo, I know deep DeFi. So everybody has a place here. All right. Everybody has a place. But Ryan really, really loved the community, and he was able to find some really, really good investments that took his stuff to the next level and good strategies for profit taking. Ryan L. Okay. You can see here, I think he was in this particular, what was it? This particular liquidity pool for like a month. He made almost 20% that month, and he's earning 273% per year. Okay. So this was just in 1 month. So, oh no, 26 days. Look at this, 26 days. So less than 1 month. All right. So this is the sort of stuff that we're talking about. Now, again, how do I say this? Let me see if I have the disclaimer here. Okay. The disclaimer says it best. Results vary based on student risk and time they got into the investments. There are no guarantees that you will get the same result. So slow yourself down. Take a deep breath. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I need to put all my money in. I need to go borrow against my house. I need to relax. Dude, take a deep breath. We have time. We have time. And the strategies that we teach, dollar cost averaging, okay? And you don't have to do it. You can do you. You can put it all in if you want. I'm not going to stop you. I'll just tell you what I'll do, because again, I'm not your financial advisor. But this is the way you really can make some money over time based off of my experience and based off of taking my portfolio from $300,000 in debt. I had $15,000 left in crypto. I was going through a divorce. It was the only thing that the lawyer couldn't take from me. All right. And I was able to turn that into several millions of dollars, a little bit over 2 million to be more exact. All right. So wake up. Here's the exciting part. Snap, snap, snap. What's that one? Yum, yum, bubble, bubble. that one lady. I was like, what? You know, like, oh my gosh, I was tripping. If you get that, like put LOL, because I thought it was like so funny. I thought it was so funny. All right. So Gabriella got it. Yum. If you haven't seen it, let's see if we can maybe pull it up afterwards. All right. So the potential between just holding your crypto. So a lot of people would just be like, just hold your crypto. Don't do anything with it. Just hold it. It's like, what the fuck did you just say? Do you even know what crypto is all about? Like, they're building this stuff so you can use it, not so you can hold it and it looks pretty. Okay. So if you hold your crypto, and let's say Bitcoin goes up to $200,000. Today's price was at around 29,300 to be exact. All right. And I just did this slide today. This is an increase of 582%. So if you invest $5,000, you would have $34,112. Not bad. Not bad for an investment, right? Okay. But if you've only bought that fraction of BTC because you couldn't buy a whole one, you only had $5,000. So I think it's like 0.17 or something like that. Okay. You still only have 0.17 BTC, but the dollar value is worth more. Now, oh shoot. Now, the potential difference between holding your crypto and doing what the wealthy do. Now, let's say your BTC goes up by 582%, but now you 3x leverage your Bitcoin. I forgot to put Bitcoin, and I put a period there. Here's the way that works. So if you so today, $5,000 of Bitcoin was worth 0.1707 Bitcoin. That's how much $5,000 worth of Bitcoin is. And if it goes up by 582%, you would have $34,112, right, worth of Bitcoin. However, if you did what the wealthy do, what I'm doing, all right, and I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just showing you this. This could be a new tool for you. After fees, because remember, you have to pay that financing fee, which right now I'm paying on average about 25%, but that's going to go down as my amount goes up. But I calculated it. You're left with $94,837. Now imagine if you take some of our strategies and we're like, let's start dollar cost averaging into this. And instead of $5,000, you do $20,000, which isn't a lot of money. $40,000 starts to get a little bit more up there. But imagine you did that instead of buying a nice pair of shoes and a nice pair of this and a nice pair of that. You tighten the belt and you're like, I'm going to learn and I'm going to strategize. And I'm going to have a blueprint for my success. Is that something you guys are interested in? I know I am. I came up with a blueprint for it anyways. So I came up with this strategy. Again, this is not financial advice. And stick to it. We're almost done here. And I do have something more juicy. All right. I have something even more juicy. So again, this is not financial advice. This is just what me and my students are doing. So do your own research. Okay. You've learned the 3 things that Art teaches in order to ensure success of building your wealth in crypto. 1, you've learned everything is headed into crypto and DeFi, from stocks to commodities to real estate. You've learned it's possible to literally make money like the wealthy and start with almost nothing. I started with $100 today, guys. $100. I've had students pay me $10,000 and they started with $300 and they were making that passive income because they were dollar cost averaging inside of 6 months. Now that was during a bull market, but we're at the bottom right now, in my opinion, or close to it. You've learned that you need to educate yourself on how to properly set yourself up in crypto and DeFi in order to succeed. So what are your options to learn how to 3 times your profits and much more with us? Well, here's what we teach. Here's some of the other things that we teach, all right? When you come and be a part of our community, you learn security. Again, so many people get their crypto hacked because they don't understand how to use one of these and they leave it like that. They don't have antivirus. They don't have VPNs. They don't have a secured crypto email, all right? These are all things that we teach you, how to secure your keys. There's a process to it. That's what my company first started off teaching, all right? Before DeFi was even out. DeFi just started like basically June, July of 2020. All right. We teach you how to onboard the money from traditional finance. We teach you how to learn the blockchain, how to use the blockchain are super important. We teach you how to bridge between blockchains because you have to know how to go from one blockchain to another to another. We teach you how to use strategies like the one you just learned. We teach you how to what's called yield farming. All right. We teach you how to liquidity pool mine, which is those examples that I showed you where we were earning like 110 and 116%. Again, that's pulled right off the blockchain. I didn't make that. I just took a screenshot of it. All right. We teach you how to learn how to mine Bitcoin. You're going to learn what new narratives for coins for major returns are. So like Quenta is a new narrative. You may want to pick up a little bit of Quenta, but you need to know where to buy it, right? So these are all the things that we teach. We teach you how to set up your own portfolio for success. Okay, how much should I put here? What's a logical amount to put here? We're not gonna tell you how to do it, but maybe you adjust it on your own, and we're gonna give you the tools to do that. We're gonna teach you how to tokenize real estate. Very juicy, very, very juicy. If you're excited about that, type in the chat. We're gonna teach you how to get free airdrops. Myself, I've probably made close to $20,000 or $30,000 in the last 3 years on airdrops alone. Okay, that's when you basically go through a protocol, you test it, and they drop you free money. All right, we've been teaching our students that now for quite some time. We're going to teach you how to take profit and where to buy. Okay, where we're buying and where we take profit. So you have a guide. All right. We have new lessons every week. And as new narratives develop, we're going to be on top of it. All right. We're going to learn how to harness your mindset. Now, this is probably one of the most important parts. And if you're part of the ARC already, can you like elaborate? Because we share tactics on how you can grow your own business, so that you can dollar cost average more. We teach you how, and not like multi-level marketing. All right. So don't be like, oh my gosh, I just fell for another we don't multi-level market. None of this is multi-level marketing. All right. We teach you how to keep your mindset in this game because it can be mentally challenging sometimes, but we're really good at it because we've been through this. Okay. We're really good at it. We teach you how to calm yourself down, relax, so you don't make devastating mistakes. And if you do, which you probably will, I'm not here to sugarcoat it, but I know it's not going to be huge. If you do make a mistake, you'll have a place, a community where you can go, all right, guys, I over leveraged myself. And I've had students do that. I've had to go to my students and tell them myself, guys, I overdid it. Oh my gosh. Okay, but I learned. All right. Those lessons that we do every Thursday, so important. So important. And that's why it's become one of the most important lessons that we teach. We have group learning available. We have one-on-one learning available and much, much more. That's just some of it. We have a place where you can chat all this. I should have added that today. We have a place where you can chat all that stuff. So let's chat. All right. Click on the link. We're going to put it into the chat right now. Click on the link to set up a call and see what we can do. See if we're aligned. What the best option for you. And I'm going to tell you the pricing right now. So don't worry. All right. But there's no pressure. You're never going to get pressure from one of our people because we're not like, oh, you need to buy from us. Like, no, because that makes for lousy students. If we're not aligned, we're not aligned. It's okay. I'm not going to take it personally. You shouldn't either. All right. If we're not aligned, cool. No worries. There's probably somebody else that you're going to be aligned with. That's just the way, this reality works. But if we are, we want to talk to you and we want to give you your options in a non-pressure way. So what are the options? We have various different courses starting from $480 per year all the way up to $14,997. Now, the more involved you get, and like, don't be like, oh man, the 481, he's like going to send me a video and tell me to go F myself. No, you get 2 free classes and a community, 2 free classes every single week. All right. Actually, no, shit. You get like 3 or 4 classes. I think we have like 7 or 8 classes per week now. All right. And you get like 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them out of that. All right. So we do have options though, but if you're like, yo, I need to get from A to Z really quick, cool. We have an option for you too, right? And you want to go like, you really want to dive in head first, rad. Let's get you there, all right? And we have payment plans. So don't be like, oh, I can't get into that option. We have payment plans. We have payment plans, $400 a month. It's better than a car, in my opinion, because a car is not going to make you money, all right? Unless you're like, I don't know, a gardener or something. And best of all, we have a 30-day money back guarantee. I hate saying it because it sounds so cheesy. I know. I like being a little bit more real, but here's the bottom line. Look, and again, I'm going to be real with you. Like how people called me up and been like, yo, dude, this just doesn't work for me. Here's your money back. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to ruin my reputation over this. So you have a 30-day money back guarantee. No questions asked. No questions asked. All right. If you sign up, and you find out 30 days into it, we're not aligned, here you go. So you have really nothing to lose in this situation. All right. So book a call. We do have space available right now. We have sold out before in the past. We have a lot of people on here. We have 106. I think we had at one point in time close to 180 people on here. But I want to see you guys and gals in class. If this really resonated with you, if you liked the content that I showed you, if you liked the information that I showed you, let's talk. Because even if you start with like the low one, and we have lots of students who have started there and upgraded all the way to the one-on-one stuff. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. But I think you guys will really like our culture. We're a different culture. We only hire from within. So every single person, except for 2 people right now, and we have over like 30 people working with us, we're hired from within. They were all students of ours, which is so exciting to me because it shows like we have a real solid community. And that's the type of people that I want to bring on. So again, like book that call. Let's talk. Even if you're like, man, I don't think I can do it. Like you can. Trust me. Remember my example of my girlfriend at the time, my wife now. If she would have said like, no, I can't. And she was in a jam, man. I mean, $300. She was hurt. Her knees were all hurting because she was working as a waitress. And she was smart. She had a full-blown education, college education and all this stuff. She can play the piano like freaking, I don't know who plays the piano, but some pro, all right? And she was stuck because that was all she could find at the time. And then she went, she found this stuff and she was able to pull herself out of the shitty situation she was in. So anyways, what questions do you have in the Q&A? Let's see. Let's see here. Jose Chavez. Hey, Gavin, I'm starting to use platforms like Trading Spot. Do you recommend using platforms like Webull to learn concepts? Jose Chavez, absolutely not. That's a centralized exchange. I mean, you can, but I don't think Trading Spot I don't know about Trading Spot, but I've heard of Webull. I don't think Webull is really going anywhere, but go decentralized, Jose. Push yourself a little bit, man. I promise you, it'll be way more enlightening because you're not going to learn how to like trade like on the blockchain using a centralized exchange. It's just counter to what we're trying to do here. Let's see. How can one start the flow of a spendable passive income without much savings, or should we save a nice amount, then attempt to build a passive income? Dollar cost average, Ryan. You want a dollar cost average. So every month, let's say you only got $50 to invest. All right. You want to invest that every first of every month, no matter what the price of Bitcoin is or what the price of Ethereum is. And you can use this strategy that I just taught you to do that. Just make sure you have the bullets on the side. Warning, warning. Let me snap and clap. Warning, wake up. Make sure you have that on the side there. All right. How many percents do you think Bitcoin, the market will be up in 2 or 3 at 3? I don't know. Ryan, your guess is as good as mine, man. I'm not a crystal ball reader. I'm a long-term value investor. I'm concerned about World War III. What's your strategy on that? Sincerely. I mean, guys, don't live in fear. If World War III happens, we'll assess it at that point in time. But I mean, you think anything's going to be worth anything in World War III? No way. I think more people will go towards Bitcoin than dollars or whatever, because people are getting over dollars. Let's see. Sorry, I have to go, but I am interested. Thanks, Jesse. I just got Wealth X. Is there a way that has a step-by-step learning. Discord is kind of confusing to me. Jeffrey, reach out to Matt. I think we have something like that for you. Yeah. I'm at the very bottom. Need to start to learn this from zero. Anonymous attendee, we got you. Where do I start? I need a recommendation. Book a call. Book a call. Totally new to this, but I am interested in all you talk about. I want to educate myself. Great. Book a call, guys. Like, let's do it. When would you start to use leverage if the market is going to get worse before it gets better? Whenever you think is the right time. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, but I dollar cost average in. So I don't care what the market's doing. I was buying Bitcoin at the top, just like I'm buying it here at the low. All right. Now, my strategy is going to change this time around. I have a new strategy that I'm developing. So as the market keeps heating up and heating up and heating, right now I'm giving it all I got. I don't care. Like, don't time the market. It's not timing the market. It's time in the market. And especially right now, if it was all-time highs, I would be like, yeah, you know what, guys, relax. And I even did, some of my students remind me, because I had a chilling webinar that I did in November or December of 2021. And I'm like, guys, gals, I have the heebie-jeebies in my bone that this market's about to go down. And literally within days, it started to. Now, I'm not saying I'm a crystal ball reader, but I'm definitely going to slow down my dollar cost average and have a lot more of my money taken into profit into tokenized real estate, because that's the solid, real long-term passive income, in my opinion. So that's kind of my strategy going into the next bull market. So that's just some of the questions. Does anybody else have any questions here? I invested in the program and I lost at where to find what I purchased or where to start. Help. Lucinda, I think you can text message info@arcrypto.io. So we can help you there. Or book a call. Book a call and we'll talk to you again. Let's see here. Sully, yeah. Awesome. Let's see here. Who else? Who booked a call? I'm interested. Who booked a call? I want to see. Lucinda, reach out to Matt. Okay. Could I bring my stock options and index futures trading experience into 100%? 100% you can. Absolutely. Awesome. Look at this. We got some great booked calls. We got some great booked calls already. Let's see. Okay. Chadwick. Nice. Welcome, man. I booked the one call with Gemma. Great. I'm booking. All right. Lisa, is it Lisa or Liza? Lisa booked a call, man. Amen. We're going to have some people doing very well in this next bull market. Gabriella, Dre, he's my brother. And by the way, Dre was one of our first students. Dre, nice. Gemma onboarded you. Great. So this is great. Awesome, Jeffrey. All right, guys. Matt, maybe you can message Lucinda your number, or you contact him on Discord, Lucinda. Contact him on Discord. Guys, gals, thank you for your time. I'm a little exhausted. Thank you, Anthony. But I am so grateful that all of you came tonight. Thank you, Todd. I know a lot of you are going to have success. I'm going to drink a lot of water as soon as we get off here. I'm really excited about seeing our new students. Nice, Jose. Nice. I really look forward to meeting you online, maybe one day in person, because we do have a lot of events in person. So we have some great stuff coming up, guys and gals. Anyways, grateful for all of you. Everybody, if it's not with us, if it's not, today, please take this seriously, because you guys saw the presentation, guys and gals. This is a big opportunity. Learn this stuff. Find another course that may be aligned with you. If ours isn't the one, sign up with us, get on YouTube, whatever, get excited, because this is happening, guys and gals. And I'm excited to seeing you all at the top with me. All right, everybody. Buenas noches. I will see you in class. Cheers.